Today, my happiness is on the top. I mean, I cannot describe it. It's unbelievable.
It's the best Christmas gift ever. Yeah, the best Christmas gift.
Scenes from earlier this afternoon as the first large wave of refugees was welcomed at the Armenian Community Center in Toronto. Harac Aynigian is sponsoring a Syrian family. They arrived this summer and made his own home available to do that. And Harac is with me here in the studio. So this family has been with you now since the summer?
Since the summer, yes.
What's it been like?
It's amazing, actually. The kids play together. We go to church together. We do a lot of things together. It's a fun, it's like having a second family, another bunch of friends.
And is it 9 people in your home right now?
9 people, yes.
How big is your house?
It's not very big, but we're making do.
And I understand that you're trying to sponsor even more families.
That's correct.
How many more families?
2 more families, probably next year sometime.
And so what's motivating you and your family to do this?
It's a bit to do with the Armenian community. The Armenian community were one of the first people in Canada to be sponsored by Canadians. About 100 years ago, about 130 orphans came to Canada. And they were the first experience that the Canadians had as refugees coming in. And this is my turn as a good Canadian. I'm returning the favor.
So these are ethnic Armenians who lived in Syria, who are fleeing
No, this is 100 years ago, Armenians from the Armenian.
But this family?
This family happened to be Armenian, yes.
Right, okay. And so these are some of the pictures that we're looking at here. So dinner time is a busy time.
It's a busy time, yes. This morning I woke up at 5:30 and I saw my wife preparing breakfast for 9 people, and there were 8 lunch bags set up, and my wife was going like crazy trying to make the lunch for everybody, and everybody has their own preferences and so on, and we're trying to accommodate.
Wow. And so how have they adjusted? How have the family adjusted to life in Canada?
It's tougher for the adults. Yeah? The adults are having a bit of tougher time because of the language issues, but the kids are enjoying it. I mean, the 13-year-old son that they brought with them loves the internet, loves playing soccer, loves playing basketball. We're having, on the 19th of this month, we're having a tournament outside my house, hockey tournament, street hockey tournament, for all the kids to join in. So this is a good community event.
Is there a particular anecdote that you can share that sort of illustrates the experience of having a family of refugees living in your own home?
I don't have a particular anecdote I want to tell you, but I think the way it works is you wake up in the morning, you don't have privacy anymore. It's everything, the TV time is shared, everything's shared. The kids have to share the PS4, everything has to be shared. I told the kids before the family came in that this is how it's going to be, and we're going to be like this at least a year or 2, so get used to it.
And so, you talk about how it's different for the adults and for the kids. Tell me a little bit more about that. What's challenging for the adults?
For the adults, I think it's a language. I mean, they're both working. That's one of the first things we did. The Armenian community was incredibly helpful to us. They immediately broadcasted that we were looking for people. The first family came in that needs a welder. The father in my family needs a welder. So they found a job for us. They found a job for the lady. They're doing everything they can. They're providing schooling. They're providing recreational stuff for the kids for free. Everything for free. For the first year, everything is free. So the community has been very, very helpful. Of course, their resources are limited. As the new waves are coming in, I think they're going to have a bit of a hard time. They're going to have a hard time keeping up with the demand. So.
And it'll be interesting to see, because we were talking about during the commercial, you could get the second family, you could get the third family, and you don't know exactly when. So your house could be really, really full.
Yeah, I feel sorry for my wife.
So is there any plan in terms of, because not a lot of people know this, you just don't know when you're going to get this next family,
You don't know. You apply for it, and you say, I want this particular family, can I have this family? And that family may come this month, may come 5 months from now. You don't know.
So what did you do? Did you have to kind of do you have new beds that you bought? Where are people sleeping? And
I have a bit of contingency plan. I have some beds in the garage that we're going to pull them out, and people have to get a bit more close to each other.
And so, you know, what do you think about when you see some of the images that we saw last night, you know, of the Prime Minister and the Premier and the Mayor of the city here in Toronto at the airport welcoming these Syrian refugees? What do you think of what do you think of the welcome mat that has been laid out by individuals like you, but also by the government?
I applaud the government for doing the right thing. This is the Canadian way of doing things. We have always opened up our doors for different kinds of refugees at different times, and we should be doing the same thing again. These are we got to get beyond the Islamophobia that some people have. These are people we're talking about. We're not talking about terrorists. Okay. I mean, I hope the government does their job of keeping the terrorists out. We'll do our job of bringing them in and welcoming them in.
And just one final question to you. Yeah. What's your message to people out there who are thinking of doing what you're doing, but who may worry about the logistics of figuring it all out in terms of sponsoring a family?
I can't lie, it's tough. It's tough on the finances, it's tough on the family, but I think it's the right thing to do. We should do it. It happened to my family, or directly my family, but the Armenians 100 years ago. It's happened to the Italians, Hungarians, et cetera, all the waves of immigration we've had. It's the right time for us to do it for the Syrians now.
All right. Harash, appreciate you taking the time today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You obviously have to get home to a busy dinner.
That's right.
I'm sure you help out. Harash, thank you. That's Harash Aynegian, is sponsoring a Syrian family in his Toronto home.